Well, my color blends order is here, so it's time to plant bulbs. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray, and thank you so much for joining me here today in the Horticulture Geek garden. As you saw from the little intro, it is time to plant our bulbs. I've already started planting bulbs. I've got a couple videos out. I can link one of those here. And that video actually talks to you about the planting methods I use. But today, if you've been following my channel, you know I've been anxiously awaiting for the arrival of my big Color Blends tulip bulb order. So I have just received 400 tulip bulbs, and they are ready to go in the ground. I selected bulbs that were approved to flourish here in my southern climate in central Arkansas, right on the cusp of zone 7 and zone 8. So these are bulbs that are known to do better in warmer climates. I had those bulbs pre-chilled professionally by Color Blends just to ensure that they're going to perform the best for me here. And now I've got a few more things to do before I get them in the ground, and I want to show you my plan. Now these bulbs are going in the front garden. And again, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know I live on a busy street. It is hard to film out there, but we're going to do the best we can and show you these 400 tulips going in the ground. So join me as we go over to the work area, and I'm going to show you what bulbs we got and what our plan is. Let's go. All right, so here is my crate that I just got from Color Blends, and here is what I've got. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen these bulbs there. I did put a picture of those up the other day, but I did want to go through my varieties again so you can see what I've got. So the first thing is these right here, which you'll obviously notice are not tulip bulbs. These are alliums. These are ambassador alliums. So these are the big purple flower stalks that come up. And these are actually going to go in the perennial border over there. So we'll plant those in a little while. But let's talk about our tulips. So like I said, I have 400 tulips here. So I have 4 bags of 100 each. So the very first one we're going to talk about right here is Dordogne. And you can see right here that these are a late blooming tulip. And I have a mix here, and I have Blushing Lady, which is a mid to late. Then I have Big Apricot, which is a mid. And then let me lift Dordogne out of the way here. And we have this bag right here, which is Minton, which is a late. So what I did is I got 4 different varieties that are a mid-season to late-season bloomer, so that hopefully I will extend my tulip show in the front garden. Typically, you can expect 2-ish, maybe 3 weeks with a bulb. And so with this, with the 2 varieties coming in mid-season and everything finishing out the late season, I'm hoping to get a 4 to 6 week tulip display out of these bulbs this year. And as you can see right here, I've got my bulb food and I've got some biotone. And I'm going to be putting both into my pits or my trenches when I plant these bulbs. Now, here's my plan right here. So I know some of you are visual, so I wanted you to see kind of my plan. This is a very rough sketch of the front of my house. So I've got a big crepe myrtle on this corner, a big crepe myrtle on this corner, some hollies as the foundation plantings, and then some boxwoods along the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put 100 tulips in this curve, 100 tulips in this curve, 100 tulips here, and 100 tulips here. And so that is my planting plan. So I've got 100, 100, 100, and 100. And now how am I going to do that? I am actually going to do my own color blend. So when you order from Color Blends, you can get varieties that they've already mixed up. And I chose not to do that. And I went with 4 separate varieties. And so I'm going to mix these myself. So I'm going to put 25 Dordogne, 25 Blushing Lady, 25 Mitten, and 25 Big Apricot in each spot to give me my 100 bulbs all across the fourth. So there'll be 400 bulbs, 100 in each spot, all across the house. And now here's why I'm doing both biotone and the bulb food. So obviously the bulb food I need because I want my tulips to be successful, and I want them to have a food that they can use. It's formulated for them, and it will help them push good, healthy flowers. But I also need some biotone because, as you can see, these flower beds in the front of the house, these beds, this soil is supporting some large mature shrubbery. 2 big crepe myrtles, large hollies, large boxwoods, and I also have perennials planted intermixed through here as well. So there is a huge demand on this soil already. So in order to ensure that my tulip bulbs have everything they need, and my soil, because you know, with all this right here, my soil could be depleted. So I'm going to put biotone and bulb food in the bottom of the pit with my bulbs just to ensure success. So the next step for me is to open up all 4 of these bulb bags and get them mixed up so that I have the 25 in each location that I need. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a minute in the front yard, and we'll start looking at what we're doing. All right, so here we are at the first flower bed. You can see there's the front of the house. There's the big crepe myrtle. And so here is the trench I have dug. Just a nice arc right on the edge of this flower bed. It's about 6 inches deep. Perfect for my tulips. So now I've just got to add my biotone, add my bulb fertilizer, which I've got right here. And then here's my first lot of 100 bulbs with all 4 varieties, 25 of each mixed up. So I'm just going to sprinkle those bulbs in, spread them out, and plant them in. So here we go. All right, so here we are. There's 100 bulbs planted in there, and you'll notice these are extremely close by each other, but that's okay because these are annuals for me. These are not going to naturalize, and so I just plant them close and enjoy a big mass show, and then I'll replant next year. So there you go. Now all that's left is to fill back in and cover them up, and then move on to the other sections. All right, here is pit number 2. Here's my front door. So we're on the right side of the door. And I just did a triangular pit right here in the corner of the sidewalk and the flower bed. And there's 100 tulips ready to be buried. Moving on to the next section. All right, here's the next 100. So this is 300 in the ground now. We're on this side of the door, the left side of the door. In the corner, same triangle pattern. So now I've just got to do my last pit over there after I cover these up. So here we go. All right, so here's our 4th and final trench with the last 100 bulbs in it. And it is time to get these things buried up and planted, and I'll be back to you in just a second. Well guys, that is it. I hope you appreciated this video, seeing me get all 400 of those tulip bulbs in the ground in the 4 different sections of that flower bed. You probably noticed some funky camera angles there for a minute. I lost my mind on a couple of those spots and had the camera turned a funky way, and it is what it is at this point. I haven't done that in a long time, so please forgive me for that. Hopefully it didn't throw any of you off too bad, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it has taught you something or inspired you in some way. That's always my goal, is to reach out to fellow gardeners and share my experiences with you and my failures with you, so that we can inspire each other along our gardening journey. So I do hope you enjoyed it. Give me that thumbs up if you did. Leave me some comments down below if you have any questions. And I've got to get busy because I still have those 5 ambassador alliums to plant. So until next time, guys, from my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening. And I also wish you an extremely Merry Christmas. I hope each and every one of you stay safe, happy, and healthy during this holiday. Until next time, see you later.